We want to welcome our virtual audience. So now, let's see, where was I? Most motivational moment. I think I might now, but that's okay. I've got other batteries.
Well, that's a business coach. Right there.
That's what you call wisdom. And today, our motivational moment is from the book Don't Sweat the Small Stuff at Work by Dr. Richard Carlson. And it's Become Aware of Your Wisdom. I don't know anyone who questions the value of analytical thinking when it comes to being a success in whatever that you do. But there is another type of intelligence other than the use of your analytical mind. That is every bit as important. It's called wisdom. Wisdom not only provides you with creative, appropriate ideas, perspective, common sense, and an excellent sense of direction, it also makes your life easier and less stressful. So when you use your analytical mind, it's as if you're really trying hard and you're having to actively pursue thinking. It requires a lot of effort. Analytical thinking involves filling your head with data and figuring and calculating, computing, and wondering. But wisdom, on the other hand, involves it involves a quiet and an emptying of the mind instead of filling the mind with data. And you allow your thoughts to come to you. And when wisdom is present, it's almost as though a wise, clever, and appropriate thoughts, they just bubble up to the surface seemingly from nowhere. Carol works as a property manager for a large apartment complex in Texas, and it's her job to implement creative ideas to keep her existing tenants happy and to draw new prospective clients to the property. And she shared with me her unique way of creating ideas. In her words, quote, almost everyone in property management seems to think in exactly the same way, just boring and predictable. And I know there's a lot of people in our own industries that think that way. Not us, of course. I think it's because they think inside the box. I've discovered that it's better to think outside the box. Did I say inside the box? The boring people think inside the box. Of course, we, creative people, think outside the box. It's discovered that it's better to think outside the box, to think differently. If I tell myself I want a new idea, however simple or weird it might be, the best thing I can do is to clear my mind, stop trying so hard, and go jogging. Sounds like a good idea. Then, like magic, some idea will just pop into my mind. And have you ever had that happen? Anyway, I asked Carol how effective her ideas have been. She responded by saying, I'm proud to say we have 0 vacancy and 1 year waiting list. Wisdom is very powerful. We have to have the analytical, but we need to take time to go jogging or do whatever it is you do when you get your mind clear and start thinking easily, just right off outside the box. The next time you find yourself mentally struggling, try quieting down your mind as a means of accessing your wisdom. You may be surprised how quickly and easily the answer you need will come to you. And with practice, you can learn to integrate wisdom into your daily life. It will be just so natural, and it will be effortless. Your wisdom is a powerful tool. Learn to trust it, and without question, you will be less stressed and a much more effective person. So that's our motivational moment of the day.
Thank you, Joe. It's always nice to have a chef in the room because he provides all the nice low-cal, high-protein, good for your skin food. So here's Chef E with the confectionery. Here's Myers.
Somewhere along the way between Saturday night and today, I misplaced my chef's jacket. I think I left it in the kitchen at the auction house. But hopefully, if everything goes well between today and tomorrow, between today and Friday, next week we'll have a big silver trailer parked out front. So at least show it to you, and once I meet the director for the facility, then we'll actually be able to serve food out of it outside. So we do have the trailer. We are working on getting signage and getting licensing and everything else. Meantime, I continue to look for opportunities for corporate catering and Eric Myers confectionery because life is too short for ordinary food.
Thank you there, Chef D. Next week, guess what? These offerings, anybody comes to Top Shop next week, get free breakfast, includes steak. What else you going to have?
Absolutely.
Free steak, etc. Well, anyway, we got Sally Baker just rolled in, so, and we see a couple other wonderful folks coming in. Sal, you ready to kind of give us some direction on this? Do you need a few moments? Well, let's give Sally a few moments. Well, why don't we get come up? Let's talk about our charity of choice, which is the YMCA swimming program. I'll tell you what makes this nice. Is no. Come on up. Is that we're able to offer a scholarship about at least one. I think with what we get from our proceeds about once a month instead of waiting for that 2-year period, which I think is great. Marcella, let's bring up. She does such a great job. Our $30 one.
No, I'm a $400 woman. Priceless. Okay, that's why I was going to say $6 million. Strike that, okay?
Do I dare ask
I'm going to get my nails done.
You're going to come out in Australia.
Okay, let me go along. I told you how I covered. Our charity of choice is the YMCA, giving young people swimming lessons, okay? I wish I could benefit from that because I have a horrible fear of deep water that I cannot see inside of. I mean, if it comes up past here, I'm not going. So I think it's a great thing that we're offering swimming lessons to children. Right now, I believe it's like $22 or $23 sitting over there to be split with somebody, unless somebody wants to give it all back. Thank you.
Well, now you know what our hourly wage is. $400. I like that much. I'm not going to dig any deeper hole than I'm already in. So let's have some fun with Sally Baker. Come up and rescue me, please.
I don't know, Troy. You already talked about your wife and white side.
Yeah, Troy, that may not be possible. Okay, we are going to have MasterMind today. Is anyone in here never been in a MasterMind group before? All righty. Well, we are now divided into groups of 3, and so we'll reevaluate that in just a minute. What you do is, this is a book, Napoleon Hill, and this is the most wonderful way to find out about others and to also get help for yourself. So there's 4 different segments. The first segment, you get 1 minute to say who you are and what you do, and you go around and you have a minute, and then we'll let you know when your minute's up, and each person in the group will do the same thing. Then in the second segment, you talk about a recent success. Is that correct? And that's a 2-minute opportunity. The third segment, and again, each person in the group has 2 minutes to talk about a recent success. Third segment is your challenges or things that you think you might need the most help with. And you have 4 minutes for that. And the others in your group will listen to you and they will help you. And then the last segment is a 2-minute segment where we spotlight on each person for 2 minutes, and the others in the group get to give their kudos and help for you. So it's all a timed process, and all you have to do is listen for the bell, and you just keep talking until you hear the bell. There you go. And we're going to ring it 1 time for each change of segments. Yes, miss.
You weren't in the room when Joe said we're going to end it a little differently?
Oh, okay.
Yes. And then the third segment is you got 4 minutes to share a recent challenge, and then the last one, everybody gets a chance to speak into each person's presentation. You get a chance to give referrals, resources, ideas that will help that person, and then they turn and help you. So it's a really cool thing. And then at the end, we're going to turn it over to John Keller. He's got an interesting little exercise we can do this so that each person can get a benefit of what other people in other groups have learned, and you'll have a chance to network with people in other groups. So, okay, so we can fix one more group. So we have a new addition here, and I'm going to let you go with Eric's group. And we've got a leader. Can you be our leader here? I've got more chairs.
Okay. Or okay. And Eric, will you lead this group of 3 right back here?
Yes.
We need a new group.
And yeah, we're going to need another group of 3. Go right ahead. Welcome. Yeah. Yeah, here we go. And Troy, if you could bring your chair over here, and the three of you can be right here. Okay.
Everybody has a MasterMind form.
Okay. Once we get all this high finance taken care of over here, both of you are going to do insurance. Okay?
Are we ready? Troy, are y'all ready? Okay. Okay, go ahead, start.
So people I work with are the owners.
The microphone.
Beverly, you want to mastermind with me and Sally?
I'd love to. I'm just about ready.
Have we started 9 o'clock yet?
Second person, 1 minute. There you go.
Second person, 1 minute.
Not work on the month. I hear you talk about me.
Third person, 1 minute.
Wrestling, bathing, talking, running in like housekeeping, anything that keeps your life going. Right. And so when people either have to do illness or injury or related things or have trouble with any other activities, they have one. You have one man show that makes us different. I don't gather together. Right.
First person, 2 minutes to give a recent business success.
That's how we feel. Well, if they just find
Biggest success.
Oh, I can't do that with camera.
They didn't
I'm
make
just not ready to do that.
Always have excuses. I want to show you how to go.
Yeah, they're veterans, right? Yeah.
So we work
An example of where all that has come together and then
well,
yeah.
Second person, your recent business.
We're always letting them talk about it.
Take 2 a day. So I think you're all 3 a day. Okay, now let me clarify. There's 3 a day, but one comes in at PM. So, and then the other half, 5 till night.
I would love to see that. I'm sure Jan will.
How about you?
I would say
Third person, recent business success. 2 minutes.
They're actually professionals that have gathered together to host yeah. So looking where I myself and one other person has knowledge. And that's good to share it back because I'm looking at where I want to share this with how to get it so if you're Jason real estate went out. So Jason's so we put the waiting for everybody's in place. So, it's at 11:32. No one's looking over. It's not a Wolf River Bend. There you go. Right behind us in the buildings around here. Yeah. It's at 11. Your amortization. But if it's a win-win for everyone, and I would say that I think it's really so that's good. That's not the fair example, but that was a good business.
Well, so the action really helps. So
Because it's going to make it right. It's not a logo, it's not a phone number. Yeah, that's a lot of right. So I would have told that sure, but in the cloud, yeah.
First person, 4 minutes, a recent business challenge.
My business challenge is always trying to get a team. As I explained, I'm part of
yeah, right.
Or
they're being,
most of it
so you really don't get it.
So there are a lot of our coaches that are hard to do very well. My focus not just means
yeah, drop it off.
That's weird. I think that was an accident.
That was an accident.
Lay on down.
But I also got to like Second person, 4 minutes, recent business challenge.
Well, this is something that I wanted to, I'm sorry. Right there. Yeah, you're walking on top of so now I'm You drop them on that.
Third person, 4 minutes, recent business challenge.
Now it's getting good hour and it's taking a while. Everything that goes, I want to do. Well, I was going to say, my challenge is like getting I got another wow. But now I get to my challenge is doing but then the more people we go out if I can go down I'm take it about that's great again. What time they want to similar type of there's something that they so then my another because so where but there are things right there. So my challenge is getting no, not yet. We're getting together. We'll jump on that.
First person, 2 minutes, coaching from the group.
So I have to A lot of them are trying to sell a product to a younger person. I'm getting a lot of that nurture so I've not had a lot of financial weekends, especially with I used 30 years ago, long-term care trust, and now the people are getting to start using it. Often they won't come back to their agent. How many times your agent is still like, how much right now? Yeah, I love that. I love that. Yes, it's all right. Yes. Always. Yeah. There you go. Let's say I need to make it an hour.
2 minutes coaching from the
No,
group.
non-medical. Well, I don't want to
Third person, 2 minutes coaching from the group.
If I could give you somebody else because everybody I work with starts off the same.
All network. We just found
What was so fun about considering basketball?
yeah, we Angie's List. Yeah, it doesn't cost you anything, but it costs. Right. Yes. And that's the issue I have sometimes with people. Instead of spending money for $10. Sorry, we had a guy shop and then they get into the car accident and they're responsible. Hindsight's 20/20. So I'm one of 80 people
You bring them up and don't fight how they
Okay, how do you guys like Talk Shop today? We're not done. John Keller with Edward Jones. Please come on down. Miss Natalie Dressman.
We want to do a couple things.
Here's the mic, John.
If you guys could turn your 3 chairs facing that way, if you guys come up and sit next to them, that's fine. If I can get you guys facing them, you ladies over there face this way.
make a circle.
And I need, I'm side by side, and then I need 3 chairs right here for Joe and Lynn and Mark. You guys are going to kind of be our panel. Yeah.
Here.
So I'll let you sit here in my chair.
All right. Right there, that's good. Face this way.
I'm sorry, I didn't want
Yes.
It's all right.
And then you're all right. Yeah. Okay. If you got your sheet, turn it over because you're gonna write on it. Dale, I need you. No, you go. Yes, you can just face that. All right. All right. Here we go. What we're going to do is I'm going to pick on our panel. We're going to start on them. They're going to set the bar. But I'm going to ask you a series of questions. I'm going to hand the mic. The idea is for you to write down. Let's see. Write down. Okay. All right. Well, you need a chair. Write down what they said. The first question is going to be to our panel is what's one book in your library that you think everybody ought to have? And think of at least 2. This is everybody's going to answer this, but think of at least 2 because somebody may say your book. All right, so have at least 2 in mind. Like, for example, The Little Engine That Could. Everybody ought to read that. All right, here we go.
Well, everybody's already heard me talk about the E-Myth Revisited. If you're in business, you need to read it.
Say it again.
E-Myth Revisited. E as an entrepreneur. It's the Entrepreneur Myth Revisited by Michael Gerber. I've given it to people who've been in business for 25 years, and they said, I wish I had this 25 years ago. It's a really easy read. It's about donuts or pies, but it really explains everything.
Rich Dad, Poor Dad, it'll change your life. It'll change the way you do everything. I have 2. One, and I don't know the exact name of it, but it's a book of letters. And I know that people don't write anymore, but you need to read it so that your emails are more correct, or even your text messages. And the other one is Financial Information for Non-Financial Managers. Anybody that's in business for themselves or not. It's a great book just for managing the finances in your life.
What's the name of the first
I'll
book?
have to get it to y'all because I think it's Financial Info for Non-Financial Managers, but I'm going to look it up on the internet and I'll get y'all the real name before we leave.
We have to keep this really quick because we've got to have time to do our giveaways. Okay, real quick. Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. Anybody heard of it? And the other one is Who Moved My Cheese by Spencer.
Yes.
Well, I have two. One is the Bible, and the second one is Failing Forward.
By John Maxwell.
That's right.
The Webster's Dictionary.
Good.
And I don't
That's
have
good.
a second one.
One is fine. Just
Being an athlete in our department, mine is Arnold Palmer's book on motivation and being involved in everybody's life, how you can connect.
You know the name of it?
I don't know.
Okay, Arnold Palmer. Okay.
Fearless Living by Rhonda Britton. It's about living your life fearlessly.
Okay, good.
What are Eisenmeister's books about?
BNI. Okay.
And it would be common mistakes that writers make. I'm not sure if that's the exact title, but whether you do a book or you do an email, you need to write correctly.
Yes. Yeah, that's fine.
I don't remember.
Common mistakes.
Common mistakes. Look it up now. We got
Integrity-based communications by Shelley Bauer and Sherry Henley's
Collaboration in business.
Collaboration is that it.
One book would be called The Private Vault by Gregory Boots. Another book would be by one of my mentors. His name is Douglas Andrews. It's Fortune 101.
Confederacy of Dunces.
By Kennedy. Okay.
I guess I go with Dale Carnegie's How to Win Friends.
There you go.
Yes. Okay.
What It Takes to Become a Mentor by Terry Thompson.
The Power of Habit. Why do we do what we do in our lives and also in business?
Excellent. Okay. Power of Habit. I would recommend the book of Proverbs. There's 31 chapters. You read one chapter a day. You get through the book 12 times in a year. All right. What is one thing that's helped you when you were at your lowest point in your career that kind of gave you an aha moment?
I think actually Joe was talking about it earlier, is to go out and exercise. And the big things come to me when I do that.
Work itself, going through a divorce or a low time in my life, I had the consistency of work. It was therapeutic.
Okay. Habit.
Friends.
Okay.
Prayer time and also time masterminding with business people.
Okay.
Well, I have to say prayer and good godly friends.
Okay.
Nail salon and tan pan.
Nail salon and tan. No. Golfing is really helpful. Being physical, getting exercise.
Okay. All right.
5 gratitudes and 5 acknowledgments of myself a day.
Good.
My 92-year-old prayer partner up in New Jersey. I ask her real often, are you still my prayer partner? And we pray about these things.
Good. Y'all writing these down, right?
Okay, I actually have two things. One would be something my husband said, find a way, and the other thing would be following my own advice.
Okay.
Leaving my home 4 years ago and jumping into networking, still live at home.
Okay.
I have no idea. I've been pretty fortunate all my life to be fully in it. So
Staying at it. Okay.
I'd say getting out of the pot and cooking.
Getting out of pot and cooking. Okay. Maybe we'll just get out their pot. Go ahead.
I'd say family. They may be sometimes irritating, but nothing compared.
Okay.
I'm addicted to gospel music.
Okay. So music. All right. Gospel music.
Just remembering that either we walk in fear or we walk in faith. So I choose to walk in faith.
Good. Very good. Got time for one more? Okay.
We've got 2 minutes to give away.
Oh, let's hear what the topic is. Yeah.
All right.
This could be food for thought.
Yeah.
What is something that a mentor shared with you that really made a difference?
Never make decisions too quickly.
My mentor, Sally Baker, told me, if you put it on the calendar, it will happen.
Okay.
You've got to choose faith over fear.
Good.
Be persistent, no matter how small it is, be persistent.
Okay.
Go with your gut instincts.
Good.
Achieving great things comes with effort.
Letting go of expectations.
Ooh, good.
When my mother-in-law was coming to live with us as a sick lady, my pastor's wife says, "My grace is sufficient for thee."
Yes.
No excuses.
I like that.
Being forgiving and forgivable.
Ooh, very good.
You don't know what you don't know.
Oh, like always more out there.
That is, keep on learning.
It's easier to get forgiveness and permission.
Keep amazing grace and walk in faith.
Do not be anxious over anything, but everything by prayer.
Okay. I would say that some things it just is. You can make a great presentation, you may have the perfect plan. You show the perfect house for them, you show them the perfect mortgage, and they still say no. Some people, it just is what it is. It has nothing to do with you, and you have to keep going. So, thank you all very much. Hopefully that was helpful.
Yeah, that was
How about that? I thought that was very inspirational. Ruthie, you got a little announcement real quick, 30 seconds or so.
I'm so excited. I want everybody to attend. We're having our official ribbon cutting Tuesday, March 31st at 10 o'clock at the office for Cargill Title, 195 South Center Street, Suite 100, Cargill, Tennessee. 316-5139. Call me. Come see me Tuesday.
One more quickly. There's two people speaking today right around the corner on South Germantown Bend Cove, right behind here at 11:30, and I have flyers.
Okay, great. Mary, let's give Mary a welcome. This is the first time that we've been out here. I was fortunate enough to sit in this room. I'll tell you what, she had a lot of great things to add. We've got a drawing here for how much is in the.
We're doing $26.
Split the pot. Mary, why don't you draw the card out here and see who gets to split the pot.
It is the last three numbers. 387.
Oh, that I said both of me.
Hey, that's 3 times in a row for us. All right, baby. Time to go. John, give me some money. I'll head to Tunica. I'll let you know how we do down there, baby. Let's thank Rena. She has a donation. Rena, you want to tell us real quick what it is? And then we've got 2 Car Wash USA coupons we're going to give away. I owe 2. And this.
Vitamin D3.
Okay, very good. All right, reach in there. Rena, why don't you just draw out the winning card?
Make sure you draw the winning card now, okay, Miss Rena?
Yeah.
You can't be you. Beverly.
Hey, Beverly will win it again. Beverly, why don't you draw out the next 2 Car Wash USA coupons? Little free car wash. Two.
Now, who was it from last week?
We've got, I forget who had, but anyway, I owe a couple car washes to somebody.
This is the Shackley chick.
Shackley chick gets a car wash USA.
And Mary Lou gets one.
Mary Lou, all right, Mary Lou. I'll have those. But see, now you got to come next week, don't you, girl? Anyway, we think next week is, let me grab over here. We have this one here. Let me see what's on the agenda for next week. It is business casual, what it is and what it isn't.
That's not right.
Oh, sorry. I jumped ahead. That's the following week. We're always 1 week ahead of ourselves here. April 1st, consulting and recruiting. Dottie Summerfield here is going to be here talking about consulting and recruiting. So anyway, look forward. I thought what John did was extremely important.
Like that. Yes.
I like that a lot. Thank you, John. We talked about last week, and I gave him that idea to come around. His idea. Since it was so successful, I thought, well, I'm going to take some credit. I got the mic. But that's a bad boy. Yeah, but, thank you folks for getting me out of the hole. I was digging earlier this morning. I'll figure go all the way. We look forward to it. Don't forget about Ruthie's next week, next Wednesday, I think. And also Mary's got a little project going on here in just a few hours. So we thank everybody attending. John, once again, thanks for a great idea. Joe and the rest of gang, Sally, thank you so much, Joe. And class is dismissed.